Hello people and welcome to my channel where I teach you how to forge a steel. In this video, I will show you how to train your legs with bodyweight exercises only for beginners. And yes, contrary to popular belief, you can grow very strong and muscular legs with only bodyweight exercising. You just need to know how. And in this video, I will show you exactly that. One very big benefit in regards to bodyweight leg exercising is that it minimizes the injuries. Also, it builds the functional strength that will later transfer into health and longevity. Now let's jump to exercises. Let's go!
Now, let me start by saying that the best leg exercise in the world is squat. A good old plain squat. It trains basically all the muscles in the leg with emphasis on quads and glutes. And although it does activate hamstrings to some degree, the activation is not enough to depend on squats only. So we will incorporate a cool bodyweight exercise for hamstrings and a nice glute exercise to get additional glute activation in contracted state. Because squat basically only trains glutes in their stretched position, as the top part of the squat where glutes are contracted is the resting position. Now, let's start with the ultimate squat guide, and then we're gonna talk about other exercises after. Since plain regular squats are a bit too easy, I will later show you ways to make them harder, so you can keep growing legs after you master the regular squats. First, let's quickly go over what the heck do you do with arms, because you see so many different arm positions from different people, but honestly it doesn't matter that much. I mostly like to place hands behind the head with elbows spread outwards because it allows me to keep clean form even when I get tired and also feels a bit harder. But for example, if my lats or shoulders are super sore from hammering them day before, then I will just hold my arms next to my body or hold fist like this. Now we'll talk about stance width. There are a lot of people that will say that this stance is gonna target this muscle more and that stance is gonna target that muscle more, and I used to believe in that stuff, but guys, no matter which feet width you choose, they all target the same muscles pretty much the same way. That being said, feet width is more of a question of individual hip anatomy. So some people have hips built more for narrow squats and some for wide squats. But majority of people will feel most comfortable in the neutral stance, just a bit wider than the shoulder width and feet pointed a bit outwards. But you should experiment yourself and figure out which stance feel most comfortable for your hip anatomy. I actually like to do them in all three stances to train hip and knee joints in different angles, which is very good for joint health. But I mostly do them in neutral stance because it feels most comfortable for me. As you can notice, different stance widths will have different feet positions. Narrow will have feet pointing straight forward, and the wider stance is, the more feet will point outwards. Now, we'll discuss squat depth. Ideally, squat should be done from position where knees are locked, legs straight, all the way down ass to grass, where your hamstring and calf press on each other, and there's no further discussion about it. This is the proper squat. But knowing the state of today's world, most of the people have terrible mobility due to sedentary lifestyle. So probably most of beginners will have limited range of motion. So some of you might only be able to go as deep as thigh parallel with the ground. And that's okay, but try to go as low as possible with every rep. And after some time, mobility will increase and you will be able to go lower and lower. You can also train hip and knee flexibility. Just squat as low as you can, relax, and hold this position for some time, like 30 to 60 seconds. And guys, having mobile and flexible legs is extremely important for joints like knee and hip. If, however, you have problems with your knees and hips though, you should do everything assisted to take off part of the pressure while still putting enough of pressure on the joints to strengthen up and heal. Another issue but regarding ankle mobility is tucking knees in. So look out for that. Knees should always travel in the direction your feet are pointing towards. So don't tuck them in or spread them too much, but keep them in the right direction. The most important thing in squats is not tucking pelvis all the way in at the end. As you go down, your pelvis will naturally want to tuck in and your spine will want to round, but you have to resist it and try your best to keep the pelvis neutral. Once you pass the certain position, pelvis will naturally tuck in a bit, but try to not give up the position. So resist the urge to tuck it in and keep it neutral. Also, don't arch spine, keep it neutral too. During whole squat, it's very important to keep feet glued to the ground, so don't lift your heels off the ground. Another common mistake is leaning forward with chest. You should keep chest up, facing forward all the way down and up. So don't lean forward with your chest as you go down, or leave your chest down as you go up. And whole squat should be slow and controlled. So don't just drop down and bounce back up, because that is cheating. Lower down slowly. Then, when you reach the lowest point, stop for just a split second to stop any momentum and slowly go up. When you reach top and lock the knees, additionally contract the quads. And then immediately start another rep. Avoid holding that position for too much because it's resting position. So as soon as you reach top, contract your quads for a moment and then immediately start another rep. Make sure your feet are pointed at the equal angle. Occasionally look at them to correct them if one gets too far out. Also, you might lean to one leg more as you squat, especially when muscles get tired. But try your best to stay in the center whole time. And what sometimes happens is people make sudden hip shift to the dominant side when they reach bottom of squat. So be mindful of that too and keep everything centered. One easy way of correcting all of those mistakes is to record yourself or do it in front of the mirror. Once you are able to do 25 of these perfect form squats, then you should do my secret squat with the pause to increase the difficulty to keep the gains coming. So you will squat until your thigh is approximately parallel with the ground, and you will stop there and freeze for 3 seconds, after which you will slowly proceed squatting all the way down and slowly go up, squeeze quads, and immediately start another rep. That little 3 seconds pause in that hardest part of the exercise drastically increases difficulty, therefore increases gains. And trust me, if done with the right form, they will humble most of you. All the same rules apply, especially keeping chest up. These will really make you want to lean forward, but you have to resist it. Try to make it genuine 3 seconds. So start counting only when you get in the half squat position and continue down only when you finish counting. Also, don't stop too early or too deep. Make a stop in the middle when thigh is parallel with the ground. And don't relax and drop after hold and bounce up. Keep the remaining ascent slow and controlled. Once you can do 25 of these with perfect form, increase pause to 4 seconds instead. And once you are able to do 25 reps with 4 seconds pause, you are ready to watch my advanced leg exercises video. Next exercise is hamstring slides, an amazing hamstring exercise for beginners. It's best if you do them on rings like this because it gives you the best hamstring activation and full range of motion. You can also use only a random straps instead of rings, but you can also do them on a slippery floor like this if you don't have better option. And if it feels too easy doing it with 2 legs, you can do them with 1 leg to increase the difficulty. Also, the lower you set the rings, the harder will exercise be, and the higher, the easier. Rules are pretty simple, and they apply to all the variations: 2 legs, 1 leg, and the floor. Lift body off the ground and rest on your scapulas. Keep body straight and pull your heel towards butt. And as your knee is flexing, try your best to keep body straight from knees to shoulders. So don't leave your torso down and just bend the leg. This will not target hamstring. You have to keep body straight from knee to shoulders as you are pulling with legs. So lift pelvis up and don't launch pelvis up first to gain momentum. Your body should be frozen as you pull. Also, if doing with 1 leg, keep the free leg straight in line with body. Don't kick it up as you are pulling with other leg. After you reach peak concentric, don't relax and drop, but slowly extend the leg until it's straight and do another rep. And don't extend your foot as you are pulling, but keep it neutral at 90 degrees to activate hamstring better. I recommend doing this exercise after you kill your legs with squats. Now, let's talk about glute bridges. This is a simple exercise that has many variations, and since doing it with both legs will feel too easy for most of you, you can do it with 1 leg to increase the difficulty. You can elevate foot a little bit to get a deeper glute stretch, but don't elevate it too much because it will become too easy. This also can be a hamstring exercise if you place feet more further from butt. So if feet are close, it targets glutes more. If they are further away, it targets hamstrings. Technique is very simple. Lift your pelvis as high as you can, hold that squeeze for a second, and slowly go down. But don't rest on the ground. As soon as you get close to the ground, touch it lightly and immediately start another rep. Keep everything slow and controlled. And done with 1 leg, don't sink down with 1 hip. You should keep hips in line parallel with ground. Also, don't shift towards the grounded leg. Keep hips in the same position as in the start. And don't kick up with free leg as you are pushing up, but keep legs straight in line with torso. I recommend doing this exercise at the end after you already kill your legs with squats and with hamstring slides. And I want to add one more simple exercise for glutes that also trains lower back, which many people neglect, and is very important muscle group to train for spinal health. Put your hips at the edge of a bench while laying on it and holding it tightly. The lower hips are the harder, and the higher they are, the easier. Lift legs backwards as high as possible and try your best to keep them straight. And as soon as you reach peak height, try to pause for a moment and lower down slowly.
As I already mentioned in the video, if this all feels a little bit too easy for you guys, please go to my channel and search for my advanced leg exercises video. That being said, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope that I made everything clear for you and that you're going to start training your legs today. If I missed something, please let me know down in the comments. Also, comment below if you want to see any particular content in the future. Like video if you like it. Dislike if you want to have chicken legs forever. But above all, guys, please share this video so as many people as possible can have access to it. And don't forget to subscribe, not miss any future content, so you too can look like you're carved out of marble.